Hello guys, my name is Tunde Jacobs once again. So we are going to the second part of the completing the square method question. In our last class, we discussed about how to solve completing the square method with x squared having a coefficient of 1. Now for this other example, we are going to be looking at when the coefficient of x squared is not 1. Okay, please, if you have not watched the first video, please go back and check through my channel. You see the video there, so you watch so that you can understand the second example better. And also please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Now the second example says use completing the square method to solve 5x squared minus 6x minus 2 equals to 0. If you find yourself in this kind of situation, the first thing you need to check is the coefficient of x squared, like I said in our first video. At this point, coefficient of x squared is what? 5. Therefore, we need to make sure that the coefficient of x squared, which is 5, becomes 1. And how do we achieve that? Is by dividing all through by that same coefficient, which is what? 5. So we are going to divide all through by 5. So we are going to have 5x squared over 5 minus 6x over 5 minus 2 over 5 equals to 0. So this 5 we cancel this 5, we are having x squared minus 5 cannot cancel 6, so we leave it as 6x over 5 then minus 2 over 5 equals to 0. From what you are seeing now, you can now see that we have made the coefficient of x squared to be what? 1. Now we'll now go to the next step now, which is what? Taking this constant value to the other side, which is minus 2 over 5. So if you take minus 2 over 5 to the other side, it becomes a positive sign. So we're going to have x squared minus 6x over 5 equals to 2 over 5. The next step in line is to now find a value that will be added to this equation here to make it a complete square. Now, what is that value? Like I said in our first video, we look for the coefficient of x. Now, from this question, the coefficient of x is 6 over 5. Now, please don't make the mistake of using the coefficient of x as 6. No. Coefficient of x is what? 6 over 5. So I am going to find half of 6 over 5, square it, and add it to both sides of the equation. So we are going to have 6 over 5 divided by 2. Sorry, the coefficient of x is minus 6 over 5. Negative sign should be here. So we have minus 6 over 5. So this is going to give us minus 6 over 5 times, we change this 1 over 2. So this is going to give us minus 6 over 10. So yes, 2 can go in 6, 3, 2 can go in 10, that's 5. So this is giving us minus 3 over 5. Now, after finding the half, the next thing to do now is to what? Square the value. That's by multiplying this twice. Minus 3 times minus 3 will give us what? That will be 9. Then 5 times 5 will give us what? 25. So I am adding 9 over 25 to both sides of the equation. So we are going to have x squared minus 6x over 5 plus 9 over 25 equals to 2 over 5 plus 9 over 25. Now we are going to solve the value on the right hand side, which is x squared minus 6x over 5 plus 9 over 25 equals to, I'm going to find the LCM of 5 and 25. LCM of 5 and 25 is 25. Now 25 divided by 5 times 2, 10, plus 25 divided by 25, 1 times 9, 9. Now we now have x squared minus 6x over 5 plus 9 over 25 equals to 19 over 25. Okay, we are done with the right hand side. Now let's focus on the left hand side. Now what do we do to the left hand side? We are going to factorize the left hand side. Now factorizing the left hand side, please, what do we need to do? Like I said in our first video, we make use of this first value and this last value because the equation at the center, that's the equation of x, gave rise to this value that we added to the left hand side and right hand side. Now what do? We find the square root of x squared, which is x. Now in our first example, we are having plus and plus, and I told you to pick plus. But whenever you are in a situation whereas you are having a negative sign and a positive sign, or a positive and a negative sign, please pick a negative sign. So we are going to having minus. The only time you are going to pick a positive sign is when you are having plus and plus. So we have x minus. Now look at this, 9 over 25. What's square root of 9? That's 3. Over what's square root of 25? That is 5. Close your bracket and square this, equals to 19 over 25. So this is going to take us, we take this square here, it becomes plus or minus square root of 19 over 25. So we have x minus 3 over 5 equals to plus or minus square root of 19 over 25. Now I'm looking for x. I'm taking this minus 3 over 5 to this side. So we are having x equals to 3 over 5 plus or minus square root of 19 over 25. So our x equals to 3 over 5 plus or minus. Now please, what do we do in this case? We are having 19 over 25. 19 does not have a square root, that is not a perfect square, but 25 is a perfect square. So we leave the square root for 19 while we find square root of 25, which is what? Over 5. So our x will now be equals to 3 over 5. Okay, yes, we have 3 over 5 plus or minus this over this. Now we find our LCM. Find our LCM. X equals to 5 and 5. LCM is 5. So that will be 3 plus or minus square root of 19. Therefore, my x equals to 3 plus square root of 19 over 5, or 3 minus square root of 19 over 5. Now you can decide to leave your answer like this, or you can decide to proceed. How do you proceed? Take your calculator, punch the value for square root of 19, write it here over 5, add it with 3 and divide it by 5. Or you have 3 minus that same square root of 19, you put it here and you divide whatever value you have over 5. So that solves the question for this second example. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.